Hello, and welcome to the Meet a Forge SI interview series. I'm your host, Sanjana Chand, Forge Developer Marketing Manager. This series is designed to help you get to know our Autodesk Forge certified systems integrators a little bit better. Forge certified SIs were trained by Autodesk experts to provide customers with reliable support resources. They serve a variety of industries and specialize in building software integrations within existing systems. They deploy custom Forge-powered cloud-based solutions. Today, we're sitting down with Techture, a consulting firm working to provide collaborative solutions in the AEC industry. I'm joined today by Viraj Voditel, Techture's CEO and founder. Thank you for joining me, Viraj. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Sure, Sanjana. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Viraj Voditel, and I am the CEO and founder of Techture. So telling a little bit about myself first. So I have been a part of the architecture, engineering, and construction industry for the past 7+ years now. And I have got a really nice history with Autodesk, right from working as a Autodesk student expert to becoming an expert elite, and then having our firm work closely with Autodesk, even delivering talks at Autodesk University in 2017, and even recently in 2020, which is last year. So I've been involved with Autodesk quite a lot, and recently we've become Autodesk Forge System Integrators. So we've been utilizing and using various Autodesk products, right from tools like Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Advanced Steel, to the more recent tools like Autodesk Forge. It has been a really nice journey for us. So apart from being Autodesk Forge Systems Integrator, we are also having our presence on the Autodesk Services Marketplace. We are a select service provider for Autodesk. And also we are a part of the Autodesk Developer Network as well as ADM Professional Membership.
I know you mentioned you were at Autodesk University in 2017 and again in 2020. What did you think of the move to virtual after being in Vegas for a full week?
I've attended AU in its live format, I think almost 3 times. So it used to be quite a surreal experience because it was one of a kind, having like-minded professionals attend such a big conference from around the world. And this year, obviously due to the pandemic, things have been very different, and we had to do it virtually. But I would say that the kind of support that Autodesk team has provided in a very short time to get speakers adapted to this kind of a newer format has been really amazing. And I mean, obviously it was a little bit of a different experience because we were just sitting at home and delivering a talk. But yeah, I would say there was still that flavor of Autodesk University that was still there. We could feel that essence.
So let's talk about Techture. Who is Techture? What regions and what industries you primarily serve?
Techture is a consulting firm in the AEC domain. We've been in operation for the past 7 years. We've been working across various regions and delivering solutions to various kinds of clients and customers. Primarily, we are located in India. And apart from that, we also have a good presence in the Middle East, and we are catering to a large number of projects in and around Dubai as well in UAE. We have recently ventured into regions like Singapore and the UK, which are much more mature countries in terms of technology adoption. As a company, we are into helping customers implement new technologies, implement new tools, new software in their day-to-day workflows, and help them save time and costs on their projects. Based on our experience over the past many years, we've been part of various kinds of projects, directly providing engineering services as well as consulting services. And more recently, over the past 3 years, we've also been delivering software services, developing custom solutions, developing products, developing applications for the web, mobile, as well as extending the use of certain Autodesk products, like developing Revit plugins, using Autodesk Dynamo, developing custom scripts, so all sorts of stuff.
Are there any specifics of a project that you can share with us?
Yeah, definitely. We started working on Forge a couple of years back, and it has really helped us in fast tracking our software project delivery. Most of our customers are based in the architecture and construction industry. So 3D model viewing, 2D sheet viewing, all sorts of things are like kind of bread and butter, and anything that we develop or anything that our customers need kind of involves this kind of component in it. So that is where we have been looking at Autodesk Forge as a really competent and nice solution that helps us quickly get started on certain problem statements related to BIM component management, storing all those different kinds of Revit families, templates, standards, everything in one place in the cloud. And one of the unique challenges that we faced was that we did not have RFA, which is a very popular file format in the AEC world, I would say, because most people using Revit, they work with Revit families and Revit components. So that was not supported as part of Autodesk Forge Viewer. So we devised a custom workflow that depended on the model derivative API and dependent on the design automation API, which is in Forge. And we created a completely custom solution using that, which could render, take in thousands of different families and render them to the users through the Autodesk Forge Viewer. So that was one very unique problem statement that we worked on. And I have also delivered a talk at Autodesk University 2020, in which this was one of the topics. And it was really a very nice experience to not just look at some of the existing solutions that are out there, but think out of the box and create a custom solution through it. So I really like the kind of flexibility that we got through the utilization of those APIs, which helped us on this project. So another project that I would like to talk about is we are into working closely with some customers in the AEC industry, which primarily are like contractors, design consultants, even project owners in a lot of cases, sometimes even government agencies. So a lot of times we are faced with unique problem statements. We have to devise custom solutions using, by looking at those problem statements. And one of those challenges was related to, the asset management domain, where customer had a large amount of models on Autodesk BIM 360 already, and they wanted to connect their building management systems. So they had a few sensors on their assets, and they wanted to see whether they can overlay that IoT data and connect it to the BIM modules which were there in BIM 360. So we, again, with the use of Autodesk Forge, we basically took in the different modules from BIM 360, kind of, overlaid them on the same coordinates because they had their different files split up in all the different, separate Revit files. So we took in those files from Vim 360 into a custom app that we had developed for them. And we also connected the building management data coming in from the sensors. And we could display all that dynamic data in real time. So whenever someone would click on a particular asset in the model, at the time they went into the dynamic properties, so they could see a real-time chart of things like temperature, voltage, or whether it is switched on or whether it is switched off. So almost 17 to 18 different kinds of parameters one could view depending on the kind of asset that was there. And everything was delivered in the form of a web browser, which they could also open up on an iPad. So uh, one of the things that Autodesk Forge Viewer is mobile friendly, so that is a really nice thing that we had in this project, where we kind of saved a lot of development time. We just developed it once, and it could be easily integrated in and viewed in a mobile device like an iPad as well. And what we could differentiate by the use of Forge is that we could give the customer a very simple looking user interface, because a lot of the tools which the customer was already looking at, either they were legacy desktop based applications which were difficult to deploy on a large scale on mobile devices. That was one challenge. And another challenge was that they were having a lot of bloated menus, and they had a difficult learning curve for someone like people on their ground staff, basically, who did not have too much of a tech savvy quotient in them. So looking at a lot of bloated menus and having a kind of detailed training session was something which they had found impractical from their previous experience. So with the use of Forge, we got the model and sheets viewing directly through the Forge viewer, and we could develop our own custom front end, our own custom user interface, and only have the kind of user flow which the customer wanted.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for going into those. It sounds like Techture is really harnessing the power of design and make data and really bringing value to professionals, especially on the go. So it sounds like you do a combination of your own app development and building custom solutions. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, one of the very critical aspects of our company's vision is that we want to solve the challenges that are there in the construction industry. That is where we started out with, and we are kind of evolving through the use of newer technology. Definitely, when we look at some of our customers and the kind of challenges that they have, and when we look at certain solutions which could potentially solve those challenges and help them increase their productivity, save time, and potentially save large amount of costs on their projects, we feel that there's definitely a big impact that we are having on the industry, be it at a, let's say one customer at a time or one project at a time. So definitely there is a lot of interest that we have in delivering custom solutions, because that helps us broaden our horizons, broaden our vision, that, we look at different changing problem statements that are there in the industry, and get a chance to think out of the box, work collaboratively with our customers, and devise solutions for them, which is where Forge has been kind of a godsend, because we can create proof of concepts in a very quick manner, because it's so easy to, put together. And at the same time, there's a lot of fun in developing a custom app as well. And that is why we also have developed our own in-house product, and it kind of also acts as a ground of experimentation, where whenever we look at something new that's there on the Forge blog, or some new feature that has come up, so we kind of are free to experiment in our own product, and kind of build it into a feature, or understand certain nuances also of it, and how it can potentially help us in developing some other custom solutions. So I would say, to sum it up, we prefer to strike a balance between these two aspects.
That's a great use case, what you just said about using your own app as kind of a test for the newer Forge APIs. I don't think a lot of our SIs have at least admitted that they do that, but I think that's amazing. It definitely frees you up to learn the ins and outs and kind of more of what you can do with the newer APIs, or even some of the older APIs and the newer features that we add to them. That's awesome. That's a wonderful answer. Thank you. Why did you join the Forge SI program?
We have been kind of working with Forge for almost 1.5, 2 years now. And even before that, I had heard of Forge. And like when I attended one of the AUs in 2017, that is when I also attended the Forge DevCon. So that gave me a lot of insight into this new offering from Autodesk was all about. And the way I look at it, it kind of helps, not just us, but even our customers unlock the potential of their existing data, their existing models that they have, taking it into the cloud, and, kind of you can extract that data, plug it into some other third-party applications, or mine that data for some analytics or any such purpose. I was pretty excited by this technology back then, and when we actually started implementing it in our products, in our custom solutions and services that we were offering, so that is when we realized that the kind of possibilities that it has. And it's not just that we have to start from scratch thinking about the nuances of how something will look in a 3D viewer, or all those things are automatically taken care by a robust set of APIs that is already available in Forge. So coming to the SI side, what we have experimented, what we have learned by trial and error, by interacting with some of the team members of Autodesk Forge. So we want to kind of be able to leverage that knowledge, at the same time share it with some of our customers, and also gain more visibility, because I know that there are similar problem statements that a lot of customers have in different parts of the world. So by being a system integrator, we hope to get more visibility and get connected to people who need this knowledge, people who need these kinds of services, and we hope to deliver the same to them.
We hope to get your skill set in front of them as well. Before we sign off, do you have any parting words of wisdom, advice? Anything else you want to share?
So I'll talk about Autodesk Forge as a tool, how it has helped us, kind of move ahead in our software development business. Is that because it's so well documented and it's easy to start off. It has a very friendly revenue model, especially at the smaller scale. So it has helped us a lot of times to create proof of concepts, to establish that some kind of a thing is possible for our customers, because a lot of our customers, they don't really understand the web, understand the cloud, because all these are very nascent and upcoming technologies. So it has helped us kind of accelerate these kinds of business decisions internally as well as with our customers. And we hope that that same kind of network effect is utilized by even others in the industry. So we would always be open to any kind of requirements that certain customers, or some Autodesk customers who may be looking for any kind of customization, or any specific workflows they want to implement, and they are looking for this kind of a skill set. So we'll be happy to serve them, and also to share our learnings and knowledge through platforms like Autodesk University.
Thank you for sitting down with me, Viraj. It was really great to hear more about Techture and go into some of your projects in more specific detail. And thank you for watching at home. Tune in next time to hear more from our Forge certified SI.